Guys, we have an all-time theme team to talk about. That all-time theme team is the Baltimore Ravens theme team. Now, I created one earlier this year, but I kind of gave up on it. And now that I'm doing all-time theme teams again, I decided why not build it again. So, here is the all-time theme team for the Ravens. Now, the only players I'm missing, the offensive line is fully maxed out. By the way, I'm 48 out of 50. The reason why is because in order to get 50 out of 50, I need to get the right side linebacker, 85 overall, Tavius Robinson. And I need to get one of the fullbacks, either Kyle Juszczyk or Patrick Card. Patrick Card is not in the auction house, and Kyle Juszczyk is posted for 250,000 coins. Sometimes I hate the Madden community. Very small amounts, and it's just because of that. I also don't have the three best tight ends. Mark Andrews has got a limited time. Shannon Sharp has a legend card, and Darren Waller has a card too. I'll be honest with you, they're way too expensive. They're way overpriced, all three of them. So it is what it is. We, of course, do have the rest of the squad maxed out. I don't have Zay Flowers, the 84, because that's a rookie premier card. Can't get that. But the rest of this is pretty dang good. And I'll be honest with you, the overall squad, like the actual overall squad for theme teams, is an 84 overall. I'm an 83. So the all-time Ravens is 84. I'm an 83. So I'm like one overall off, which I actually do like, because I'm trying to make these as accurate as humanly possible. So for the defense, I have Zarius Smith. Again, like I say, I'm missing Tavius Robinson. There's no way on God's green earth I'm going to be able to get Ray Lewis. He was a limited time card, and he's about 1 million coins right now. I also do not have Trenton Simpson. I do have Owe and Matthew Judon. I also do have Deshaun Elliott and Kyle Hamilton. Geno Stone and Ed Reed. We do have Primetime Sanders. We have Marcus Peters over here. And then I do need to eventually get Fruit Punch, as they would call him, Marlon Humphreys. Dorian Williams is the next best cornerback on this team. The defensive line, except for Lawrence Guy, is actually fully maxed out. Well, Lawrence Guy and Javion Clowney on the left-hand side here. Everything else is perfect. And I also do not have Justin Tucker. Again, like I said, another guy that cost way too much coins. Not really worth it. I mean, okay, he's only costing like 100,000 coins. He's actually not that outrageous. I was figuring for a second, because he's Justin Tucker, he'd be a lot more coins. But surprisingly enough, he's actually not that much coins. Alright, so now let's break down this team, right? So again, this team is led by RG3. He is the best Ravens quarterback in the game right now. You could go Lamar Jackson, but he has an 84 overall base elite, and that's the best card he has in the game. So, until he gets a brand new card, his 84 overall base elite is pretty much all you're going to get. 88 speed, though, is still very, very good. I know a lot of people still rock this card because he was a free card. The running backs are actually not that bad. So right here, he has 88 speed, right? But once I get the last two cards, he's going to have 89 speed, which is really just very usable right now. Let's be honest. That's actually pretty dang good. Gus Bus, I know last year he was the most OP card in the world. Not there this year, you know, until he gets like an AKA card and he gets like a glitch ability. He's not really going to be at all close to last year. But this Keaton Mitchell is a budget beast. I'll tell you right now, this Keaton Mitchell is very much a budget beast. He has 85 speed. I think he was actually my budget beast series. And now that he goes for like 3,000 or 4,000 coins, like he's actually very obtainable and he's actually really freaking good. Again, like I said, Devin Hester, as always, leads off this pack on our receiving core. And yes, if you max him out, 89 speed at wide receiver. Not as broken, you know, as it was day one, because now you have other guys at receiver like Calvin Johnson, who has 88 speed. You have Tyreek Hill, who has 90 speed, right? So it's not as broken as it was day one. But day one, when this first came out, this was so crazy to see a guy with 87 speed. And then again, maxed out 89 speed. The offensive line, the only real good offensive lineman for the Ravens here is actually going to be Ben Powers, which he's still a really good option, don't get me wrong, but he is the best option here. So again, like I said, at tight end, I do have Hayden Hurst, who has 84 speed. He's actually still very capable, 85 speed maxed out, you know. And again, like I said before, on defense here, it's led by Primetime. Primetime Sundays. I don't know. I do love the all-time Ravens squad. Like, taking a look at it and really starting to build it again, it is a squad every single year, I feel like, that EA does a really good job of giving us a lot of good cards for it, right? And there are some teams that EA does neglect when it comes to theme teams. The Bengals are a good team that they like to neglect. But teams that they don't is, again, the Ravens usually are a team they don't. The Raiders, the Steelers, the, actually, let me go back to theme teams here. Usually, let me just go through it. 49ers, they love giving us cards for 49ers cards. Chicago, surprisingly enough, they usually always give us a lot of Chicago cards. They usually never give us that many Bengals cards. Bills cards usually are rare. Broncos are plentiful. Browns, kind of hit or miss, so not usually that many. Buccaneers, somewhat. Cardinals, not really. I mean, sometimes, but not like crazy amount. Chargers, absolutely. Chiefs, you already know that one. Yeah, I don't have to answer that question. Unless they give us Peyton Manning and Bob Sanders, the Colts, they would give us what? Dallas Clark, Peyton Manning, Bob Sanders, Marshall Faulk, but, you know, technically. No, wait. Who did they have? They had Eric Dickerson, I know. They had Marshall Faulk, too? I don't remember if they had Marshall Faulk, too. They love giving us Commanders cards, obviously Cowboys cards, Eagles cards, yes. Falcons, not as much. Dolphins this year, yeah. But that's because they're good this year. Giants, not really. Jags, no. Jets, sometimes. Lions, never. Packers, yes. Panthers, no. Patriots, kind of intermediate. Way too much. Never really. And they're at 84 overall, too, which is kind of funny. And they still don't have a, what's his name? Puka card. Ravens all the time. Saints never. Seahawks sometimes. Steelers all the time. Texans never. Titans never. And Vikings sometimes. Like I said, like, again, that's just based on, like, top of my head on how much EA actually focuses on those theme teams. EA is definitely very selective on what theme teams they want to focus on. And it comes down strictly to, you know, how much money does those theme teams make? You know, what theme teams have the best cards that are going to come out, right? I mean, the Lions and the Rams, they have Night Train Lane. So, sometimes they do get a couple extra good cards because of that. But also, EA can't really, you know, they can't pull out of their butt, as they would say. Right, at the end of the day, they can't, like, give us, like, Lions all time, right? Their best quarterback of all time is Matthew Stafford. There is no other quarterback in history that is better than Matthew Stafford for the Detroit Lions. So they can't, like, you know, just pull cards out of the butt and give us cards for those teams. That is what kind of does suck. But, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.